Everybody, well, what do you call this? Justice? One thing I know, it is not gonna end anytime soon. We gotta wait a little bit more when it comes to this, but I'm glad at least the bad people have to start paying up because the New York Attorney General just today, October 19, is saying Genesis, Gemini, and DGC, Digital Group Currency, something like that, alleging 1 billion fraud scheme to us, the Gemini Earn investors. Guys, yes, my money is tied up to Gemini Earn, as most of you know. I've been following this news for a while now, since November 2022, right? I mean, it's been a while. It's going to be a year or so that my ApeCoin and some money, Ethereum, and a few others that I was leaving on Gemini Earn couldn't withdraw anything of that. And problem was that, you know, issues with the CEOs, with the Winklevoss brothers, and with the other guys. So obviously putting us at last and like, okay, where's our money? Can I withdraw it? No, you cannot. So it's there. You can see it on Gemini. You can see exactly how much you have, but same as other different, exchanges, you cannot withdraw it. So let me tell you what's going on right now with, James, the AG at New York. And well, obviously it's good. You think so? Maybe justice, but it's probably not going to end anytime soon, everybody. Right now, Gemini not posting anything, kind of like worry about Cryptober, not October. And but Gemini's CEOs Cameron and Tyler, they retweeted what Gemini Trust Co., the company, like it is the LLC, that it's licensed and it allows the exchange to exist. They tweeted this in response to what we're seeing right now from the AG. Don't go anywhere, everybody. Don't forget to smash the like button and consider subscribing. If you watching have funds like me on Gemini Earned, well, this is important. Today, the New York State AG sues Genesis, its former CEO, Michael Borrow, its parent company, DCG, and DCG CEO Barry Silbert. And there's been a constant hell with between Barry and Gemini CEOs because we saw letters, we saw threats, we saw all kinds of things in this, in the few months that we've been holding and waiting for responses, and none of them want to be responsible. So putting us at last, and when are we gonna get our money back, right? This happens, guys, not often, but in a way, through the FTX collapse, everybody got impacted. Digital Currency Group got impacted, and that's why they're like, well, we cannot repay. The New York AG's lawsuit confirmed that we've been saying all along, Gemini, right? That Gemini earned users and other creditors were the victims of a massive fraud and systematically lied to by the parties about Genesis' financial condition. Because Gemini, I remember vividly, right? Because I've started this in the beginning of 2021. When you were moving funds from the exchange to the Earn program, guys, it has the Gemini Earn. Obviously, the first thought that is going to go through your brain is going to be like, well, it's Gemini's, right? But in reality, it was there in a few small letters. Once you do this, you're not protected by Gemini. It is under your own responsibility, and it's going to a third party. In other words, right? So I'm like, whatever. I mean, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it out. And the only money I had was ApeCoin, a little bit, thousands of dollars. Now it's close to worthless because of the price of ApeCoin is $1. But just being open a little bit with you. With that said, we wholly disagree with the New York AG's decisions to also sue Gemini because guess what? Tyler and Cameron, you're also getting sued. And hey, guys, just pay up. Who cares about you're going to keep being billionaires or millionaires? It's people like us that we trusted you in a way. We are responsible. I believe so a little bit, but come on. Get up all the way up to speed and try to accelerate the pay of money because it's time, guys. We've been waiting a long time. Blaming a victim for being defrauded and lied to makes no sense, and we look forward to defending ourselves against the inconsistent position. So, more lawsuits ahead, more problems, more judges, more court decisions, right? So, we have the SEC and the Department of Justice and other ones with Binance, Coinbase, and the Bitcoin ETFs. There's a mess right now, of course, with crypto, and we also have issues, right? Like Block Five, Celsius, Terra Luna, obviously not in the US, but we have FTX that's ongoing, and now litigation coming with Gemini and Genesis and DGC. So in GCD, whatever, hard for me to say it sometimes. DCG, there you go. So that's what's happening. Some people reacting, obviously, because we are the victims, and earned users are caught in the crossfire. Like, when earned, right? Like, in a way, we demand, we demand, right? Our money back for sure. So they haven't tweeted anything, posted anything on Twitter, just retweeting the leaders of Gemini. The lawsuit alleges that Gemini knew Genesis loans were undersecured and at one point highly concentrated with one entity, SBF, even Alameda's, but did not reveal this information to investors. So it's not only Genesis and Barry Silbert who are at fault. Maybe you would have prevented investors, right, knowing the full story. But who would have thought that FTX was going to collapse in 2021, guys? In a way, I understand where Cameron and Tyler are coming from, because in 2021, everything was the bull market, bullish. Nobody thought Terra Luna, FTX, Celsius, BlockFi, and many more were going to collapse. I remember BlockFi was huge when the card and the rewards, Celsius, were better than banks. Banks are our enemies. We are the friends. FTX hiring Tom Brady and hiring all these personalities and exploding and doing really well. The token went nuts. SBF on many magazines, he's the savior. And so you see, how could you have prevented such big impact in the market in less than 2 years? It's very close to impossible. So at the end, we start to see the companies and the collapse, collateral damage. And here it is. Hardworking New Yorkers and investors around the country lost more than $1 billion because they were fed blatant lies, and their money will be safe and grown and invested in Gemini Earn. And when I was looking into great exchanges, I watched videos from Andre Kirk, right, from on YouTuber, the Magic of Finance, and he recommended Gemini a lot, and I liked it. I found it. I'm like, great, let me start learning everything from it, the inside out. And I found Gemini Earn, and he explained that. I'm like, okay, it makes sense. I know the risk, but I never thought I was gonna be like, wow, in the middle of a huge lawsuit, because you would assume that whatever happens with those deposits, Gemini will be recovering as soon as possible. But this is not happening as soon as possible. And guys, our money in Gemini Earn might come in a year or 2 years from now, in 2025, at the beginning or peak of the next bull market. You see, so it is not gonna end fast, and they're doing the best they can, it seems. But that's it, right? I mean, obviously, Gemini is focused on growing the user base and going out to different countries, but it's not gonna end fast, and that's what's happening right now. So I'm one of those 230,000 investors, right? And obviously, a lot of people lost way more money because the article says lost. So some people are saying you're not gonna get it back. If I don't get it back, I can still live. But some people had hundreds of thousands of dollars on Gemini Earn, because you looked at everything, Binance, Coinbase, Robinhood, and everything. It was the time of the meme coins that everything was so risky. You would just go to Gemini, trade it to Gemini USD, and that's it. It was really safe, in my opinion, but it was something from the outside. So everybody, thanks for watching. SUED, that's the topic of this video. And we'll see how it ends, right? We don't have to pay anything. There's a bunch of people suing Gemini, of course, and Barry Silbert and all the leaders. You have to be more patient, right? And the key to this is always going to be diversification scheme. As you are aware, I had some money on Haru that also is in litigation and courts and lawsuits. So don't put all your eggs in one basket. Peace.